Mix, mix, swirl, mix.
Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you my quick guide on how to use synths on Wild Rift. Disclaimer, I'm not a pro player nor I'm good with the game. This guide is purely a personal opinion from my experience playing 500 games with synths. Now before we start with this video, I want to do a quick reminder that I'm going to do a giveaway at 1k subscriber, so be sure to hit that sub button or literally nothing will happen to you. Oh, let's hear a quick word from our sponsors for today's video. Well, we don't have any? Just put anything. Anything, just put anything.
Pantas aja, semua utamakan selamat.
Now without further ado, let us commence forth.
Dança, gatinho, dança.
Okay, let's start with why you should play synths. The correct answer is why not? You get to play as this bald man and listen to his laugh. Isn't it cute? Listen, just listen. Do you enjoy mentally torturing your enemy as you run away from them? Or do you enjoy killing people off screen while you listen to his laugh? Or maybe you're a sick psychopath taking pleasure from watching people die slowly. If so, then this champion is for you. You like playing top? Synths. You like playing mid? Synths. You like playing jungle? Synths. Support? Synths. Bot? Synths. Synth is viable in all roles if you believe hard enough. Just don't forget to meet your teammates. I've been seeing more synths on pro play lately, so he's not that out of meta on Wild Rift. At least not yet.
Cuman tadi memang ada penggunaan perfect execution banget yang bagus ke arah Lux.
Okay, I'm just gonna assume you already know synth's ability, so I'm just gonna do a quick rundown to his kit. His passive. You ran past a champion, you gain speed boost. The speed boost stacks, so you can run through your allies before engaging in a teamfight to gain full speed.
It's nearly time.
His third ability is Fling. I don't care what anyone says, this is his true ultimate. Basically, you table flip your enemies with this ability. You can be a kid with a doll or a giant celestial being rolling stars. This ability will still flip you because that's how strong synths is. You can use this as a tool to disengage. This is also good if you want to pick enemy ADCs in a teamfight. First ability, Poison Trail. This is your most important skill. This skill gives magic damage to an area for about 3 seconds. Just toggle this on, then run around and let the poison do the work for you. Not many people know this, but this skill actually gives the strongest CC on the entire game, which is tilt. Once they are tilted, they start making mistakes and do bad decisions, like killing synths. Due to Wild Rift's smaller map, it's easier for enemy to get hit on poison clouds, so make sure you toggle this on before engaging. Don't do the same mistake like I did. His second ability is Mega Adhesive. Adhesive? This gives an area with a sticky glue for about 3 seconds, slowing and grounding all enemies within the area. This is what separates the good synths and the bad synths. It's kinda underrated for most new synths, but once you get the hang of this ability, it will make your synths top tier.
Mix.
The grounded status from this glue negates all dashing abilities, so if you want to set up a gang or stop your enemies from passing out, just glue them on the ground. This ability deals 0 damage, so don't bother to stop your enemy recall with this, but you can do it to scare them though. If you fling your enemies towards this glue, it'll root them for 2 seconds. Setting the fling would be the hard part since everyone with a brain would know that your fling is coming once they see that glue pops up. I wouldn't suggest you to proc the root every time you glue them, but you can keep practicing in lane once in a while. Ultimate Insanity Potions. You pop's ult, you gain AP, armor, magic resistance, movement speed, HP regen, mana regen. Basically steroids. Just pop your ult before every team fight. Synth's whole game plan is to waste your enemy time and run faster than them, so AP, HP, and speed items is what you want to end up building. Synth's core item is Leandry Torment and Realize Scepter. This should be a go-to buy if you want to carry out games. Leandry's burn passive will melt your enemies. Paired with slow effect from Realize will double your damage output. Some will rush out of Aegis. This item is best if you want to scale late. It is cheaper than Leandry and it gives more AP and mana. But you need 5 minutes to get the full 120 AP, and 5 minutes is a long time in Wild Rift. You won't do much in the first dragon fight of the game. I only build this on Nightcom or if I want to build a scaling tank. The 3 builds I recommend is Swiftness, Tubby, or Merc Threads. Swiftness gives more speed. It's my AP build boots. On my tank build, I'd build Tubby or Merc Threads depending on the enemy comp. Your bot fit the enemy Jhin, build Tubby. They got Leona and Cannon stun comp, build Merc. As for the enchantment, TP is always my first option. It gives more impact on the game. But Glory or Protobelt is also a good tool if you're the main engaged. Once you build your boot, you can fill out the rest with normal sense items. I will list the items. Deathman Plate. Armor and health items gives more speed. Infinity Orb. Wild Rift exclusive items crit at low HP enemies. Force of Nature. MR health items gives more speed. You can also pair it with Deadman Plate to combo the speed boost. So more speed, good. Abyssal Mask. This item gives MR I think, but it buffs team magic damage to the enemy near you, so when team fight happens you can buff your teammate damage. Only on magic comp though. For anti-healing items you can build Morello or Tormel. It gives grievous wound to enemies, so it's perfect for Mundo matchups or basically any lifesteal champ. If you're building AP, then build Morello. If you're building a tank, then build Tormel. I usually swap Rylai's or Leandry's for this anti-healing stuff, but it's only on rare occasions. Rabadon or Void Staff is a good AP item for your 6 slot. I only build this when I'm ahead by a mile, so you never want to build full AP if you're behind. Here's all my builds. Now for the runes, there's only 2 runes I recommend, Conqueror and Aftershock. Aftershock is the rune you want to use in your tank build. The bonus resistance only comes after you fling, and it got 35-second cooldown, so you gotta use it occasionally to get the full benefit. Conqueror though, it is definitely the best rune if you're opting for damage. It gives bonus 45 AP at full stack late game, and 10% more damage from your autos. Since damage comes from prolonged fight, so in a battle of attrition, Sins can outdamage enemy champs by keep poisoning them. You can see that even pro players use this rune. Now the reason I'm not putting Fleet Footwork or Grass of the Undying here is because you will need to auto to proc the keystones. It might be a good keystone to help Sins in laning, but I don't really autos that much later at the game, so I still prefer Conqueror over these keystones. Now for the secondary runes, my domination runes that I recommend consist of Brutal, Gathering Storm, and Triumph. If you want bonus AP, then Brutal or Gathering Storm should be your first options. Just switch between the two depending on your team comp. Though lately, Triumph is my favorite rune. You don't know how many times this rune saved my ass. The healing from Triumph procs from assist too, so you don't need to last hit the enemy to get the heal. As for the resolve runes, I use Regeneration and Spirit Walker. Regeneration does help a little in laning phase, cause since laning phases sucks, Spirit Walker or maybe Hunter Titan can be a good rune if I need bonus HP as a tank. Lastly, for the inspiration runes, I always use Sweet Tooth because did I mention that since laning phase sucks ass, the bonus HP and gold is always a good thing to have as a better meter. Sometimes I use Pathfinder as a support or jungle to help me roll quicker. Speed boost is always a good stuff if you're Sins. Early game, you will want to sustain and farm as many as possible. A good top laner will decimate Sins once they got their level 3. To deal with this laning problem, Sins would proxy farming by cutting the minion wave behind the turrets. But due to Wild Rift spawner maps, proxy farming is a lot harder to do, so I wouldn't recommend it. It's too small to navigate around and you'll need full jungle pathing awareness to pull this off, which I lack of. So just hug your tower if you're behind and fling them towards it once they start making mistakes. Since game plan relies on enemy mistakes, so you'll need to take every advantage of it. At mid to late game, once you get your items, you can start terrorizing by split pushing and gives map pressure to the enemy team. This is why teleport is your best enchantment. It gives more room to split push without missing out big objectives. In team fights, you will want to run around the enemy without stopping at all. There's nothing more frightening than being CC'd in the middle of your sprint. So only stop to fling or auto attack if you're not being locked on. Just keep running. Just keep running, just keep running. Now I will share you some of the tips and tricks I found playing this game. You can auto your enemies while they're in the air from your fling. Just spam auto after you fling your enemies for extra damage. Appear weak when you are strong. Since level 2 power spike is one of the best level 2 in the game, use it to catch people off guard and go all in for your first blood. Don't forget to push the wave before you go base after the kill. To deal with mana problems, you can toggle your poison on and off when farming minion to save mana. Leandry's burn passive also applies on minions, so you can just run around them and still get CS off screen without last hitting. You can fling your enemy from thin walls. Flinging your enemy to your adhesive is easier next to a wall. You have a top feign making you lose CS and XP, you can at least proxy one wave to reset the minion wave. Don't proxy without your ult or wards. You never know when the Lee Sin going to gank you. Once you bait the Fiora long dash, do not go and fling her right away. You can engage and bait his riposte parry, and then go after the fling. Shin's is supposed to be annoying since his kit is about running away, so in order to make your enemy chase you, you're gonna want to tilt them as much as possible. I do this by spamming emote every possible second. This helped me reach diamond on season 1. Watch YouTube guides for PC League. You can apply some of the mechanics into Wild Rift. Since is a macro intensive champion, so keep practicing your map awareness or outplays. That's all I can share for now, boys. So here are the pros and cons. The pros are he got good scaling, easy to master kit, top tier left, and he's super OP. If there's a ban system, nobody's gonna ban him. The cons are his laning phase sucks. He requires good macros. Your teammate's gonna hate you for picking Singed, and you only got 2 skins. Like, come on, Riot, where's my resistance Singed? Where's my Beekeeper Singed? Like, come on, Riot, it's been 2 seasons and Soraka gets more skin than Singed? Nobody even fucking plays Soraka.